بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا وحبيبنا وصاحب نعمتنا أبي القاسم محمد بن عبد الله،
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه المنتجبين، واللعن الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من حين عداوتهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. عظم الله لكم ولنا الأجر بمصاب الإمام الحسين سلام الله عليه. رزقنا الله وإياكم زيارته في الدنيا، ورزقنا الله وإياكم زيارته لنا في قبورنا، ورزقنا الله وإياكم شفاعته يوم القيامة. Of course, all you guys know the occasion, the approach of the new year. It's nothing new. We were going to be talking about the same story that has been read thousands of times. As the years go, the same story is being repeated. But there's always a lesson that can be learned, because you can't comprehend the story. You can't just spend 30 minutes and there you go, you're done with the story. It is for you guys, especially if you've seen an old movie, an old cartoon movie, you've probably seen it 50 times when it first came out. 3 years later, you see the DVD or you see the VHS and you're like, hey, I want to watch this movie again. And you watch it again and you will see things in the movie that you've watched 50 times that you see it for the first time. It's because you have grown. Your brain has been able to comprehend new information. Of course, the story of Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayh is nothing like a cartoon movie, but I just use that as an example. And before we proceed, I would like to talk about something totally not Muharram, absolutely not Muharram, and that is the 3 Eids that we had. We had 3 Eids within the past 3 weeks. Literally within the past 20 days, we had 3 different Eids. We had Eid al-Adha, and then we had Eid al-Ghadir, and then we had Eid al-Mubahala. Reason why I have to take a step back, talk about these 2 Eids, the 2 small Eids. Not a lot of people celebrate them, Eid al-Ghadir and Eid al-Mubahala. Reason behind them was answered by Sayyid al-Hakim rahmatullah alayh. They asked him, why is it that you focus on Eid al-Ghadir? What is it about Eid al-Ghadir that is so important to you Shia, you Ja'faris? And he said, if we have kept our promise, if the Muslim nation has kept its promise to Imam Ali salamullah alayh for the day of Ghadir, we will never have the day of Ashura. So that's why we need to focus on Al-Ghadir. What happened on the day of Ghadir? So the story goes, and as the Quran narrates it, and as all the scholars narrate, the one Hajj, the one time that Rasulullah did the pilgrimage, when he went and he did his Hajj, was called Hijjatul Wada', basically the farewell Hajj. It is the Hajj that he did, and that was the one and only Hajj that he did. And of course, when people heard, Muslims throughout the Arabian Peninsula, heard about Rasulullah performing this Hajj. So it's much like Salatul Jama'ah. When you do a unity group, Salatul Jama'ah, you hope, just in case my Salah is not accepted, I'm hoping to Allah that one of the people that is here, his Salah is going to be accepted, and I'm hoping that my Salah will be accepted just as well. And this time, when it came to Hajj for Rasulullah, we know definitely the Hajj of Rasulullah is accepted. So everybody that heard about it, people who lived in Yemen, people who lived in the east, the east of the Arabian Peninsula, now is known as Bahrain, Qatif, these sides. People who lived in Iraq, people who lived in Yemen, people who lived in Damascus, Dimashq, Syria, Lebanon, that area. Everybody said, you know what? Rasulullah is going to Hajj. This is the first time. Everyone is going to go to Hajj. I want to be present. So everyone goes to Hajj and they see Rasulullah perform the Hajj. When Hajj was done and they came back, there is a major intersection. It is a major intersection where everybody gets to go home from this point. People who go to Medina will depart off of this major intersection. People who go to Iraq will head east. People who go to Yemen will head south. People who go to Sham will head north. So it's a very important intersection. So at that specific location, before everybody departs, Rasulullah orders his companions, we're going to stop right now. We're going to gather and I'm going to deliver a speech so everyone can hear before they go home. Before anybody can go home. Now when they go home, they say, when I was present at the Hajj of Rasulullah. Rasulullah gathered us at this location. The place is named Ghadir Khum, hence the name of the Eid. This is the location, and this is what Rasulullah said. So it has a very, and it's the last words they heard before they left and they came. This morning before I departed, I went home. I went to my oldest daughter and I said, listen to what your mom told you. Don't bother her. La samahallah, Allah chooses that I would pass away tonight. What would my oldest daughter say? Before my father left to go to Phoenix, my dad told me this and this. So it's the same concept. These people had that same idea. Is they went to Hajj with Rasulullah, they met at Ghadir Khum, and this is what Rasulullah said. Of course, Rasulullah gathered them, about 70,000 Muslims. At the time, there was no big separation, there was no Shia and there was no Sunni. Yeah, there were a group of people that followed Imam Ali closely, but that's beside the point. So Rasulullah gathers them on a hot sunny day. On a hot sunny day, he gathers them. What do you think he's going to deliver? What do you think he's going to tell them? Of course he's going to tell them something of high value, something very important, something they're going to benefit out of. So Rasulullah explains their rights, things that they're supposed to do, things that are not supposed to do. And before he comes to the conclusion of his speech, before he comes to the end of his speech, Jibreel salamullah alayh comes to him with a verse from the Quran, ayah min al-Quran. I believe it is verse 25 from Surah Al-An'am. If memory serves me correct, this is the ayah. The ayah says, يا أيها النبي أو يا أيها الرسول بلغ ما أرسل إليك من ربك. This is, I may not be precise at the ayah. بلغ ما أنزل إليك من ربك. This message, now listen to it, please pay attention. Rasulullah lived 23 years. Throughout his prophethood, 23 years. And before he passes away, he went to Hajj al-Wada' and he passed away in Safar. So 23 years minus 3 months. Rasulullah delivers a speech. In this speech, a verse is revealed to him that here's the message. بَلِّغْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ. And like I said, I don't have the verse completely memorized. وَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلْ فَمَا بَلَّغْتَ رِسَالَتَهُ. This message is of a high value. It is to the point that if Rasulullah does not tell his people, does not tell the people, the 70,000 people that came to Hajj, and if he does not include it in Quran, 23 years of prophethood is gone to no point. How important is this message? This message is so important that if it does not get delivered to the people, it is the equivalent of not delivering the entire message of Islam. This message was, Rasulullah was to put his successor. This is the time where he appoints his successor, the person that comes after him, the Khalifa, the person that takes the leadership of the Muslim nation after Rasulullah. So, Rasul reaches over to Imam Ali salamullah alayh, and he tells the Muslims, 70,000 Muslims were present at the time. Rasulullah says to them, do I not have the Walaayah? Walaayah means responsibility. I have more responsibility over you than yourselves, basically. And they said, yes, you have the ability to do whatever you want to do with us. And in Arabic, especially back in the days, if they want to focus on something and if they want to emphasize on something, they say it 3 times. That's why they say the most strong qasam, for anybody to say a qasam, they will say wallahi wa billahi thumma tallahi. This is the most strong qasam. Qasam, very, very strong. So for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he repeated the same thing 3 times. He says, "Alastu awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim." Quran says, "Ar-Rasul awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim." Don't I have authority over you more than you have authority over yourself? You guys, you know it for sure. If your father tells you not to do something, you have no authority anymore. You say, my father doesn't allow me. But if Rasulullah has the authority from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he asked them 3 times, and then he said, if you accept me, if you accept the fact that I have Walaayah over you, then Ali ibn Abi Talib is your wali. You see why the day of Ghadir is so important? Then that day, we have been chosen, or actually our successor for our Prophet ﷺ has been chosen. And that he was appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no way that one day you will go and vote for who's going to be the Khalifa, who's going to be your next marja. There is, you can't even choose, we can't even go and elect a marja. You think we can elect someone who can rule the entire earth? He's got wilayah over the entire universe. Rasulullah had the wilayah over ins and jinn, humans and the jinn. And whoever becomes his successor will take the same responsibility. So that's why the day of Ghadir, and I can't go through the day of Mubahala because it's another step towards Muharram, but that's why the day of Ghadir is so important, because with that we conclude several things. That 23 years of the prophethood was absolutely pointless if Rasulullah doesn't appoint his successor. Secondly, the verse of Quran that came, and a lot of people read it, and a lot of people say, oh, this is, this verse is our protector. The verse that came after Rasulullah told the people, and after people swore an oath that Imam Ali is the successor after Rasulullah, including the 3 first khulafa, the Abu Bakr wa Umar. Of course, I don't, this is one thing, inshallah, I will never face in my life where I will talk about this, the division. Ahlul Bayt is all about unity, but what is truth, we will say what is truth. I try not to go into depth as to what happened. But anyways, that included the Khalif, the first Khalifa Abu Bakr, the second Khalif, and the third Khalifa. These 3 people came and swore an oath, Ali ibn Abi Talib, that you are the successor after Rasulullah. And you know what happened after that? A verse from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came, and the verse said, Al-Yawm Akmaltu lakum deenakum. Your deen, your religion is completed. This verse came after the verse of Al-Ghadir, the verse of the appointment of Imam Ali. It was only after Imam Ali was appointed to the Khilafah of Rasulullah is when the verse came and said, Al-Yawm akmaltu lakum dinakum. Today your religion has been fulfilled. Your religion is done. You are done. Now, وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي. And my ni'mah and my mercy to you has reached tamam, had reached its fulfillment. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. And now I accept that you can take the honor of being Muslims. It was only after Ali ibn Abi Talib salamullah alayh was appointed to become the Khalifa of Rasulullah. With that, As'alullah li wa lakum bit-tawfiq. Inshallah, I'll be at your service. If I make any mistakes, which is very possible, please don't hesitate to stop me and question me, especially after I'm done. Ask me if if I made any mistakes. I would love to correct myself if anything. With that, astaghfirullah li wa lakum wa as'alullah al-afwa wal-afiyah. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وبارك علينا بحق محمد وآل محمد وارحمنا بحق محمد وآل محمد وإلى الأموات من المؤمنين والمؤمنات وإلى من مات على الولاية والهدى رحم الله من يقرأ سورة الفاتحة مسبوقة بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.